I'll never forget you. Since the first day I met you, you were my star. We drifted from meadows to sea storms unsettled and lands afar. Now my heartbeat is shallow and my skin slips like shadows. I sleep with scars. In these wards my mind fetters, and these dirges bring letters that warn of dark. And the last thing I see, this lawn full of seeds, and my baby and me as we walk through the park. Now my mind drifts like settlers and youthful love letters to tombs of my past. And the last thing remembered is the deep of Decembers, when held light in the helm of my arms.
My mind is shipwrecked, synapses snap like plastic, brain collapsing like a snow cabin in Aspen. I'm trapped in my skin, itching like rat skin, captured by impunity. My mutiny of one, all souls overboard are gasping, lights gaslit as we grasp, groping for lifeboats. The sharks float, soaked in the harsh flow as life flashes of the first day I fed you. The stories I read you in bed, like Captain at Ahab, a hermit deserted and dead, searching the water for her, alone in my quarters. I'm willing to mourn her, my beautiful daughter. The glossy pages of children books I taught her to read rise high in the sky and crash in the sea with no mercy. The clouds storm and murky, unleash demons working to hurt me, cursing with words I'm unworthy of the journey of love that you sent me. In this absurd sea, in the fog my eyes gloom, dead in room, loneliness dies too soon. In sage I weep at noon, in partial scenes of misery's doom, until in the distance I see a lighthouse and it beams with daydreams so true of the mermaid you drew on the first day of school. My red rocking horse moved at rainbow boots, your dollhouse display, my mother and maid singing songs lovely and gay that the radio played when I was 8, playing Tarzan and Jane at the lakes of Combray. The aching dissipates as Superfix fill my veins, but I cherish this pain as my brain decays, cause when I'm awake in this state, the echoes of your giggle remain from those tickling games, your bedtime refrain, as you refuse sleep to sing songs the radio played.
I'll never forget you. Since the first day I fed you, you were my star. We drifted from meadows to sea storms unsettled in Zanzibar. Now my heartbeat is shallow and my skin slips like shadows. I sleep with scars. In these wards my mind fetters, and the nurses bring letters that warn of dark. And the last thing I see are lawns full of seeds, and my baby and me as we walk through the park. Now my eyes drift like settlers and useless love letters, tattoos of my path. And the last thing remembered is the deep of Decembers, held light in the helm of your heart.
I'll never forget you. Since the first day I met you, you were my star. We drifted from meadows to sea storms unsettled in Zanzibar. Now my heartbeat is shallow and my skin slips like shadows. I sleep with scars. In these wards my mind fetters, and this girl, she brings petals that warm the dark. And the last thing I see, this lawn full of seeds, and my baby and me as we walk through the park. And my mind drifts like settlers and youthful love letters, tattoos of my past. And the last thing remembered is the deep of December, oh held light in the helm of my arms. waves crash as I cower in corners, a coward caught in cobwebs of a mental disorder. Stern breached at the borders, the men flee unforgiving waters, yet still I bark orders on into the fog. And in the bleak sky I see her drinking black tea with birds on her shoulders, lilac eyes bright as snow. But now she's a shadow, a dream I can't narrow. Still I chase her heart through the storm that rains down like arrows. Or the bleak songs of sparrows, my body feels borrowed. Bones creak like masses, and her school book turns over. Splashing water turned ashes. The pink unicorn she drew when she was 4 dash across the water like magic. Her rosy kisses on cheeks strengthen my resolve. As the masthead falls I feel frosty as snowflakes. Little hands lift me like raindrops splashing on deck, born smaller than garlands. You practice pliés in our garden, still dress pajamas in our one-room apartment. Under the covers with mom, listen to radio dramas. Our love was like drum summoning Dharma. You prance in your parker, teaching the art of kindness to father. Feeding old tramps peaches and bananas. Charmed by your guile, disarmed by your smile, which seemed like it believed too much. Like a dreamer out of touch who dreamed too much. Eating your little sandwich of cheese and ketchup on your bike, crying ketchup. Your eyes gleamed like crystals and glittered all mystical. Now I'm in a crisis, my little chrysalis. I'm capsizing into the divide, my breath dries as I dive in the drink. Driven to the brink of exhaustion, self no longer in sync. An ocean of treasured memories bury me, and the only one I want to keep is you, my light. So full of life like a balloon basking and dancing in flight. As I kiss your forehead goodnight, the day spins in a daze again. What day is this again? And who are you, my darling? Such lovely flowers. And why so sad, my dear? Oh yes, as I was saying, I'll never forget you. I'll never forget you. Since the first day I fed you, you were my star. We drifted from meadows to sea storms unsettled in Zanzibar. Now my heartbeat is shallow and my skin slips like shadows. I sleep with scars. In these wards my mind fetters, and the nurses bring letters that warm the dark. And the last thing I see are lawns full of seeds and my baby and me as we walk through the park. Now my eyes drift like settlers and stolen love letters in the ruins of my past. And the life I remember, as deep as December, in the firm of your embers, the storm departs. Yeah. Oh, la 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 la. Yeah. I dream these raps like a surgeon having visions. I burn on tracks like a sermon on the mount. My verse run laps like I'm cursing intermissions. Fuck this crap, I'm a hermit singing hymns to a bunch of puppets. Like your Kermit's on a string, I'm a termite worming through your limbs. I'm a wordsmith turning poetry to sin. A cynical with symmetry, mimicking a king. A third-eye astronaut dancing on the rhythm like a hammock when it swings. I went to the University of the Universe on a scholarship, and I only date devils wearing Prada or 10, seeking attention dressed to the tens. Dressed to the tens now, ladies, cease the suspense. Are you down for a threesome or just wanna be friends? The rap anthropologist, anti-apologist, apartheid abolitionist, history revisionist. I rock these beats at a cosmic pitch. Call me Kal-El, came to Earth on a rocket ship. Rebel shaman, I rave with aliens in subatomic radio raves. Eyes high like I'm fading, facing the flames that ignite generations. Fire inside burns bright like it's blazing. Rise to occasions, the answer to the Drake equation. Study my rhymes, get it tight, we move like la 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 la. Dance like la la, la 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 la. Party like this is Valhalla. La 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 la, and you don't want the Wahala. La 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 la, when my boys run through you like na na na. You think because of all my peace and love talk, you can chat crap to the Jim Jones of rap, strapped with a Kool-Aid pack and a crack batch of teenagers sat round my lap listening to my Judas Priest tracks. So you geeks can take a walk with all of that water as seek talk, cause one of my deep thoughts could outpace Flash in the Speed Force. I'm a snake when I spit at you, raging ball on a ship of fools with a brain laced with cosmic chemicals that summons cyber tentacles. Snatching these rings like I'm wearing Sonic's tennis shoes. I rhyme in temples on tracks that transcend the temporal and tread these streets like Kirk did the stars, or a hemp-helling demon, tend-dwelling deviant, the champion of tracks, drinking port through a chalice. I'm a child of the atom, spitting tragic in the form of storms from the atlas. I'm a warning in the track list, swarming these courts like locusts in the palace. If you ain't sure you can challenge a madman who hits like an animated mad, it made a malice. You might as well divorce from your battle verse like a bad marriage. I'm bad news to these fools like a miscarriage of grammar. As Randy a savage, I pistol whip fuck, rolling through the mist with the courage. I'm a sick fuck, blowing up with a fist full of ducats, and this kid cuts like a killer sick and thuggish. I'm a dick, bruh, negative like the resistance
inside a magnet. So when I spit bars, I retire all your club hits with power flowing through the mind like Magnus. Like a god from another planet, panic and plan this madness. A simulation of a poet's death. Drinking voices like I've woken into hidden depths. Best you Amber Heard or seek redress like Johnny Depp. An MC dancing like Joker on these flea-ridden city steps. Risen from regrets, soaring in the sky, roaring like a jet. That's why they call me Jetz, cause I speech on these melodies like a steamy beach in Budapest. We move like la 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 la, dance like la la, la 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 la, party like this is Valhalla, la 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 la, and you don't want the Wahala, la 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 la, when my boys run through you like na na na.
Love your sound when the light is down, when the light is down.
Truth be told, your voice was like drinking a brush against my skin. Two cameras united in film, naked, blushing, blue within the roots. The vulnerable wince of missing you, of when you win, sing, wince in the winds of youth. As you fold into my thin-skinned old arms, invincible as being into you, invisible as the intimacy of your dreams. Joking, groping the glass, hoping it lasts long enough to hurt. How absurd it, laughing at our past as we slip away. Particles entangled in the days, prance in the dark, participating in life like students in class. The deadly demon of her harm keeps suffering poets for the song so full of charm. Dancing our path through the garden of dreamers, winter critters, old grey strangers, gambling our last days in Vegas trailers. I love you like poets do, May. Eyes of sage, fingers of fresh print and red, pepper kisses or the birth of art it triggers. The madness I love of bad men on the move, on Indian buses, tragic as hugs, gentle as the kiss of your drug.
Glistening of debris, I see from your window, I see from your window.
Lock this sound, lock this sound, lock this sound. Love your sound when the light is down, when the light is down. We died gently that night as you came in my arms, as we grip hard, souls drift into stars, dancing again to the harvest guitars. Darker than the room, a penny on the bars. You're like honey on a drip, a sunny day on a trip to the summit of the sonnets we all love. You're like drinking voices, a syringe with poison, or days dazed on the beach with the boy. Them, you're my silent alarm, the storm before the calm. You're like pixels in a dream reality, the crystals that say marry me, the mystery of the beauty of tragedies. You're like my knees
when I'm lean, sertraline, cereal boxes in my teens. You're like bras on beds and the release of demons from my head. The lawless laughter of the water that we shed. You're the borders of the wards we shed. Dormant as the crooked orbit of affairs, wicked as the orchids of Baudelaire, or moments before the mother of morbid air, or the rare nightmares where we cherish our despair, like the werewolves of your kiss, the acid trip of your mind, the tragic bliss of your eyes, the damaged myth of your lips, the savage drift of your hips, the shady shanty towns of your heart, submission of the neon bleach boulevards of love, made believers hallucinating these rushes like the gentle of kiss of your drug.
In Heraclitus, rivers reveal the turn of time, steeped in sweeping tides and seas to find. Torrents rise and the horror of the finite divide divine. Born bold minds and open eyes from the water, fire and smoke of fervent minds. From Thales to Parmenides, from the grapes of verdant vines. Inspired verses as certain as serpents' eyes. Till Plato was blinded by burning skies, sunlit with birds in flight. Warning the child afraid of the dark of night, not to let ideas make them decline into men afraid of the light. So from the caves we emerged in the Greek rebirth to sow seeds where our deepest hurts lurk. As we try to make sense of our needless birth through reason words, all men must die. Plato's muse, murked amused as he mused, murdered, drinking hemlock in mirth. Aristotle saw balance in law and tragedy's worth, as his greatest student took off on horseback to battle the earth. This is an ode to philosophy old. This is an ode to philosophy old. This is an ode to philosophy old. Now mankind strives in his digital mode. Thought sowed the seed, but now globalized, emboldened overseas. Man's soul under siege by broken democracy, searching for union like Aristophanes. Fox News sophistry paves our path, an opera that will end in scars. Our path to the stars, Musk on Mars, or 1,000 Hiroshima's blast our ass back to the past. The hen cocked and crowed and men took off, docked on boats they rowed and crowned themselves kings of shores unknown. From the rocky coast of Morocco to the Prussian moors, and so the Greeks were forgotten in the dark days of yore, when heathens bore the blade of the sheep's ascent and Romans bent to a new king from Bethlehem, who taught Kant his way from a golden rule to reason true, bound by starlit heavens and the moral law within. He asked a simple question: what if all men always sinned? The universe, a matrix defined by the human mind, but behind our design mankind was truly blind, seeing only illusions. Kierkegaard disillusioned, set on setting us on paths so free from the pathologies and chains of morality. For our soul was always changing gradually, until we graduated to a plane where choice was the ultimate reality, taking leaps of faith into infinite anxiety. Schopenhauer was a tragic G in an endless cycle of agony. Give up all attachments and vanity, or gradually sacrifice our sanity. But Hegel saw the mind as our galaxy, God at work in our deeds, like seeds growing into apple trees, eventually synthesizing all contradictions, becoming divinity. Marx saw dialectics a little differently, materialist, wise, and died recognizing the lie. We ought work to live, not so as not to die. Man alienated by his labor for the fruits of his apple, bound him in faith and changed the goods he made man slave to his own creation. Then came the mad preacher Nietzsche to the marketplace, dancing in mud, fire and rain, like it was a party and rave. And in our darkest refrain he said, let's rejoice pain in hope to reapproach suffering, cause if God abandoned us, all that was left was to will ourselves out of despair and distress, enjoy tragedy, for life is a mess at our best, cursed and blessed like Freud repressed, uncanny as death. And in the trenches depths Heidegger's dread retorted, nah, das man digresses, spelled by technological obsessions, groundless as nihilists and skeptics, from confessions to dialectics, thinker heretics, and no one addresses being, forgetting the lessons of the logos, no less. For meaning in being is as real as a hammer and nail. Man is in jail when his freedom prevails, thrown by time like a damaged dam and damned by his choices, and the endless chattering of their day voices, running from his destiny. Wherever he sees death he flees till his last breath, there in response This is an ode to philosophy old. This is an ode to philosophy old. Now mankind strives in its digital mode. Thoughts sow the seed, now globalized, emboldened overseas. Man's soul under siege by broken democracy. Searching for union like Aristophanes. Fox News sophistry paves our path. This is an ode to philosophy old. This is an ode to philosophy old. Now mankind strives in its digital mode. Thoughts sowed the seed, now globalized, emboldened overseas. Man's soul under siege by broken democracy. Searching for union like Aristophanes. Fox News sophistry paves our path. I'm a complex of forces like wordsmiths, or two-headed horses from Norse myths. Born with torn limbs, an orphan with bars fresh as a meadow. I can never be mellow, put your dead rhymes to bed like a pillow. Mates headbutt faces while listening to metal. We're a little bit crazy, a little unsettled. Nighttime schizos, 21st century Navajos. Glass-eyed catacomb, cataclysmic piano note. Doing glamour shows on a haunted hammer boat. A wordsmith cursing, a street urchin lurching the street, searching for a work ting or a Thai weed merchant. When it comes to whites, I'm a weak person, permanently purchasing Percy till my purse is empty. Clowning on beats like the circus sent me. Bicentennial rainbow walker from the 31st century. Sci-fi tyrants, I am science. I'm a lion, I ain't lying. I like these sirens ringing in my head, drinking in my bed, starting a revolution from the land of the dead. This is the do unto others. This is your nemesis. Fuck brothers. This is requiem for endeavors. Survival of the fittest, MCs, motherfuckers. This is the do unto others. This is your nemesis. Fuck brothers. This is requiem for endeavors. Survival of the fittest, MCs, motherfuckers. I made up gently that night. What terrible torture, a sight, mouse traps for feet. Rapture on my charms is lethal, gleeful as beautiful people. I'm like a cathedral casino, capitalism dethroned as she collapses. Weeps, moans, as seedy as peep shows. A weasel with deep flows, breezy as leaf blowers. Flows that keep you up like coke, you keep going. Street poems, carving meat from bones, like a reaper's scythe. I'll block these streets at the speed the moon orbits, and saturate your dome with endorphins. Try me, you dogs will flop like a pod of dolphins. Hieronymus Bosch, got some dosh for the pot. Hieroglyphics, hero violent ethics. Neo beatniks mixed with street kids, dicks detained like recess meat apes. Hepatitis B, depressed, I'm bare Depeche mode, that's depressed. For anyone who don't get the dress code, don't get vexed, cause my best flows could step to death rows. So mind your mindless rhetoric. Your rhymes are like spelling bees, mine are like a Spielberg epic. This is the do unto others. This is your nemesis. Fuck brothers. This is requiem for endeavors. Survival of the fittest, MCs, motherfuckers. This is the do unto others. This is your nemesis. Fuck brothers. This is requiem for endeavors. Survival of the fittest, MCs, motherfuckers. Nemesis, 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 nemesis. Fuck brothers. This is the do unto others. This is your nemesis. Fuck brothers. This is requiem for endeavors. Survival of the fittest, MCs, motherfuckers. This is the do unto others. This is your nemesis. Fuck brothers. This is requiem for endeavors. Survival of the fittest, MCs, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers.
Rhyme chill like a lullaby. Children kill with a gun and knife. Fill them with pills, having fun inside. Stillborns living on the hill of the other side. When she heard these thoughts, yo, my mother cried. Dying cause I crawled up the wall, wailing in the warp wards of the sights of war. I'm like 1,000 bolts of lightning to a waterfall. My writing is the morning call. I see diamonds in the dorms and halls. Eyes dilated from the dimension warp and info storm. Dehydrated so they won't cry no more. Like a swarm of hornets in a corner store. In 2004 I warned them all. A rapper born deformed with an awkward walk, hellspawn. Monster on the beat, it's combat I seek. Constantly I see MCs incompetent to me. Riding Haleys, commit looking comfortable and free. These teen freaks my constituency. Habitually harvesting the anarchy. Hearts beating to the tragedy on the anniversary of our agony. I'm deeply pained, my brain's graffiti stained. Grab an MC with a reaper's chain and disappear in these seedy rainbow streets. Digital dancing on railroads with plainclothes police tailing me. Goes to Highway 65 moaning weak. My flow like soda sweet. My headache grows, explodes out of my head to expose my dreams. See what these MCs fail to see. It's like the enterprise I boldly breach. Hope my soul to keep. Fola please. Jetz is like a demon who awoke the beast. Cold as a frozen lake, about to blow up like cola shake. Doing drive-bys on emboldened snakes and Roman strays on roller skates. Tomb Raider, Darth Vader, Moonwalker, Soothsayer, Jeff Dahmer, Doomslayer, Womb Sprayer. I soon revolt, crying absent tears as the moon dissolves. An animal hurt inert. I channel surf, living in a holographic studio called Planet Earth. Seeing nightmares through God's eyes. I know what dreams are worth for days, picturing cryptic brain streams. I'm on the rapture of strings, the Arab Spring, the astral king. Trapped in a time capsule, that's how I lateral think. Writing haikus at high noon, blinded by the Thai moon. On beat like tight tunes, on shrooms, gliding cool across tight ropes over the city skyline. As lights glitter during the night of a typhoon. I might strike an MC's mic with harpoons, then dash him off cliffs like cartoons. I'm listless. You're listening to a sick kid, devil worship afflicted, who tattooed 666. He's on my 6 sisters, spitting ritualistic hymns as my neck twisted. So don't get it twisted, a risk being written on my shit list. The King Joffrey of rap, got rappers' heads rolling. Damien the Omen, in fact, holding the throne like Machbeth. Till my last breath, like I sold my soul to the track. The King Joffrey of rap, got rappers' heads rolling. Damien the Omen, in fact, holding the throne like Machbeth. Till my last breath, like I sold my soul to the track.
Years 2025, am I alive or dreaming? This is my master's thesis, searching for meaning where I see none. Like Edvard Munch, a ghost in a painting, screaming. A brain in dreamland like Netflix streaming. Trying to remember the last time I wasn't lean, man. With the singularity seeming to take us closer to simulation theories. But if this is a simulation, why so dreary? This is a dream, but what does it mean? I once was flying high as a kite in the sky after a poetry night, when I seen God between her thighs, like a light shining blind in my eyes. Before I started plummeting through the night in fright, I would die. But before I landed like bleeding meat on the street, I woke up like it was a dream. But what did it mean? Once my life was catastrophe, trying to cope in a factory like a character in a Charlie Chaplin masterpiece. But before my heart had ceased, my art brought my heart to peace. In a fast car speeding with Tracy Chapman, retreating from the desert of the real. Spider demons and rats racing after her ass. But it was all a dream. But what did it mean? Then I dreamt I was an ant marching 2 by 2 to a war with a swarm of beastly bees. When a crew of nasty teens started stamping feet on the grass till the earth bled with the black blood of the soldier ants I was teamed with.
But if it was just a dream, what the fuck did it mean? Or I dreamt I woke up in my 80s like an old crone, bones creaking, heart barely beating, looking in the mirror at the thread of my face, shallow and hollow, dour with sorrow and meek, when my teeth started raining down like piano keys. But it was all a dream, what did it mean? I dreamt of Neptune, moonlight revels, willowed and hithered like the lightest lagoon, protested my lover, Jupiter wooed, for I was not made to woo a wounded butterfly with lemon for skin, or a shrew whose path to heaven was tendered with sin. And I sing, but it was all just a dream, what did it mean? I dreamt I was a woman and my woman was a man. Then I woke up a different couple who sat by the bank holding hands. But as the day went on, my man was so mad, and I'd had it like, god damn it. Finally I saw my girl float away on a balloon to another planet, as I bid her adieu from the window of this cold lonely room. No tears, just grief all consuming. But if it was a dream, what the hell did it mean? I dreamt I'd killed a man some time ago, couldn't tell when, walls closing in on me, cops all over me, one slick detective who was rolling me like shit, this pig knows it's me. Everywhere like a scarlet M on head, they noticed me. I had to confess, couldn't take no more, the stress was choking me. But I woke up screaming, a dream, but what did it mean? But if this was a dream, what did it mean? Then I dreamed God flooded the earth and beaches, and the man then was running like fleas, fleeing the streets, seeking higher scenes. But the water was under their feet, drowning the young and the meek. But I just stood there admiring the waves' beauty. Turns out it was all a dream. But what did it mean? I once dreamed I was trying to save my niece from the onslaught of the streets, but my feet wouldn't leap, cars speeding in slow motion, but I couldn't reach. Freaking, she was only free, so I fell to my knees begging God please. But it was all a dream, what did it mean? Then I woke up on a beach eating peaches, water in my seed, a daughter from the seas who sang hypnotic melodies to the yellow in the breeze, my mind resting finally at peace. But it was all a dream, what did it mean? Then I fell asleep and saw a priest who taught me his beliefs. He'd seen holy wars on shores and abhorred them all. He said, brother, you're foul man, cause you're as wise as an owl man. Still you dwell in self-pity instead of sharing your gift and uplifting the city. Then he gave me penance. Then all of a sudden we were strolling in a cafe in Venice, when we came across Jung and Freud in heated fray. And I asked him about my dreams that day. Freud asked, what's the first word you think of when you think of your mum? I said, love. He stroked his beard and said, interesting, bruv. And he said, you're stuck in an anal stage. That's why you write rhymes in such a meticulous way. You're jaded, because the only way you can kill your father's through fame, taking your name to greater heights than he ever could claim. But the guilt restrains you from taking your talents to the next stage. Next Jung proclaimed, no, your dreams are your priest. Listen to them carefully, one day you'll be free. For you show me a sane man, I'll cure him instantly of his disease. Let the mother and animal shadow train you, the anima and animus reclaim you. Your self-integrated will sustain you. Then I woke up and it was a dream. But what did it mean? I went to work that day, praying for the aliens to invade, but to my dismay they didn't. Just a normal day for desk job Jeffrey Gray, drifting away, hypnotized by screens, advertisement displays, and at AI machines in the future and free. But if this all wasn't a dream, what did it mean? a Roman soldier. Police on the beat, searching for a man without sound, reflection or aroma. Enough drugs in my blood to feel in touch with the unconscious like a coma. I wish life was easy, couching cozy on my sofa, reading a book, soaking up culture like the Watcher. Instead I couch vulgar, eating the corpses of vultures. Assault you, it's torture. My life's more surreal than chatting to the corpse of an author. It's not in order, yet I still manage to hold it together like mortar. When my thoughts become streams of clarity like water, that have MCs following my steps like some stalkers. Horns of the hawk crow, night of the broadcast, flight of the mall rats, Comcast, doors of perception. Witch doctors dancing fields or dead peasants, driving Porsches full of porn stars in Arabian's deserts. Lock and load menace, shocking ghost essence. Rock and roll rebels, guitar strings ripple like the ponds and the pebbles. No sympathy for me like stones and the devil. Wartime reporters looking unsettled as the mushroom clouds glow over life and this message. Still guessing like I lived twice, ain't learned one lesson. Condemned by confession, cursed by Earth system. It's vanilla sky and I'm the crash victim. Expert penmanship, Zen and Swift enter the elements. Stomp in the pits like a pissed herd of elephants. Elected anarchist, chemical catalyst, political agitist, your nemesis, antagonist. Agatha Christie couldn't plan a murder, this Aggie bitch. Forgive me, Lord, just the Antichrist. With bloodshot eyes locked on my enemies, there's no stopping me. I rock in my sleep, afraid of the thoughts of the most shocking MC. I cackle as I lead astray this cattle to attack the capital. A lone soldier on a mission to travel, flying with black crows into a mystical battle. You don't know me, star. I roam road with the Roman guard. Apply fire fist style to open scars and break every bone in your body like Tony Jaa. Zen master, I practiced balancing birds on my fingertips as I see earth on fire, burning third world villages. So many images hurting my brain, turning me further insane in this chamber of pain. You don't know me, star. I roam road with the Roman guard. Apply fire fist style to open scars and break every bone in your body like Tony Jaa. Zen master, I practice balancing birds on my fingertips as I see earth on fire, burning third world villages. So many images hurting my brain, turning me further insane in this chamber of pain, the pain of the pain, this chamber of pain. You don't know me. Don't know me, star. I roam road with the Roman guard. Apply fire fist style to open scars and break every bone in your body like Tony Jaa. Zen master, I practice balancing birds on my fingertips as I see earth on fire, burning third world villages. So many images hurting my brain, turning me further insane in this chamber of pain, chamber of pain.
So beautiful was she that only God could see her. Only he turned away so that love may free her. With spider hickeys, goats and suckling breast, lay beneath me and take my breath. Demons spawn from loins of angels, hair wrapped around intrepid navels. Tread carefully where she steps, tender eyes noted in the scrolls of age fables. Her sin was beauty and the worship of nature's depth. Her sin was to live as if not desiring death. Nothing spawned by nature is forbidden. Sodomy, Adam, taste my fruit. God eventually, man will kill him. To praise the earth like a beast to pray for the milk, honey and blood that the harvest gave. To praise many gods who, earthly bound, were deified in festivals of unearthly sound. Who walked with men, planting apple trees. To speak of knowledge with owls more hawk than bird, and would not turn from wisdom blind. For they knew no immortal here resides, as any honest man had heard. True freedom is to love life and all its curse.
And if we ever felt the urgency now, surfing the clouds, this gun's for me and you.
must play out every day. Who are we to say this gun's for me and you? And when the last disco bumps, the kids and cunts rock out to drums. This gun's for me and you. And when the music must die, a political child, you choose suicide. This gun's for me and you. And maybe if his life was great and made no mistakes, this gun's for me and you. Remember the girl you once loved, the hell of her hugs. This gun's for me and you. And maybe the people have faith, but they don't wanna say it. This gun's for me and you. Ooh.